Hi guys, this is Mike here with another video about this awesome PC tracking sheet that I have created for you guys. Well, for all of us, I suppose. Um, Once again, if you guys haven't seen the introductory video that sort of explains what the sheet is all about and what the colors mean and all that kind of stuff, you might want to jump back and look at that. But I'm going to go ahead and just dive right in. This particular video is going to be about crafting. I'm trying to stay zoomed in here so you guys can see it. I think that looks pretty good. So, over the past few months, we've talked about doing crafting on this spreadsheet where I list out, sort of the different kinds of craft skills down at the bottom, and then a list of all the things you might make, and you can come in here and fill in your ranks. And anyway, this is really cumbersome and not cool, and I don't like it very much, so I have scrapped it. As I make changes to documents and as I come up with different ways of doing things, I'll keep this master reference up to date. So there are some new documents here, and when you hit certain links, you're going to see something different than you used to, like with this crafting basics and so on like that. But generally speaking, my goal here is to make it so you can do basically everything other than play the game and, look at your character sheet off of this one big master spreadsheet that we're keeping up with here. So I've moved tracking into this as well. And there's two tabs here for it. One is another one of these yellow ones with the lock on it, which is an indication to you guys that this is just information for you. And then there's another tab where you'll actually log what you craft. And we're going to go through both of those in this video. All right, so let's just kind of dive right in. What this sheet is a listing down the left of all the different crafting skills, and beneath that in the white lines, it shows you what you can craft with those skills. Not a detailed list, but instead just a sort of a breakdown of the broad categories of what you can do. And then there'll be some information about where you could find it if you want to look in a book, where you could find a list of these items, what sort of session points you'll use to create them, and then a link to an online resource or either one of my homebrew documents that will, again, provide you more information about that particular thing that you want to craft. As has been the case with the other videos I've shown you, I've written a lot in here, but it would probably behoove you to read it because, again, the goal here is that you can get all the information you need about these particular craft skills off of this sheet rather than having to go somewhere else. One thing that Google Documents does is it pops up a little pop-up anywhere there is a link. And I find that really annoying when you're trying to read a document. So I'm not hitting the link here. It just is popping up these little previews. There is no way to cut those off, so sorry about that. If they start to annoy you and you can't make them go away, just click in any empty space and it'll clear the screen. So in any one of these, by the way, this was a little confusing. I think any one of these that has like two links in it, so there's the potions and the wands here. If you just click in the space, it gives you a little menu and you pick which one of them you want. And again, just click in any other space to make that go away if you didn't mean to pull it up. All right, so there's a link up here that'll take you to our post on the message boards where you can check to see if a particular item is approved for crafting. So let's say that you really want some boots of springing and striding, but you're not sure I'm going to allow them in the game. Then you could go to that thread, open it up, post, hey Mike, can I make this? And if I say yes, then great, you're on your way to making yourself a pair of boots. I'm probably going to approve most everything that's in the Ultimate Equipment book, but it's still worth checking with me just to make sure. I'm probably not going to approve anything that's not in the Ultimate Equipment book. All right, the prices of things matter because that's going to determine how much gold you have to put into it, usually a little less than half, to get something constructed. The pricing that's on this sheet are the exceptions to the book prices. So in all cases, use the price that you found in the book unless there's a list that has this special pricing on it. And the things that have special prices are my homegrown stuff like Troll Crusher and Shield Magnets, and then the things that I've changed the way they work, which are primarily scrolls, potions, and wands. So you'll find the specific prices for those here. My custom holy symbols are here. Down at the very end under weapons, you'll see this list of magic rods that you can create. These are actually right out of the book, and the prices are right out of the book. But since I don't allow all the rods, I thought it might be worthwhile to list those out here. That might have been unnecessary, but there you go. And then when you go to any of these documents, like the documents I had pulled up before for the potions and wands or the status ring or whatever, you'll additionally find that I added the pricing into those documents as well. So you shouldn't have too much trouble finding what you're looking for. I've also rewritten the crafting basics document. I haven't changed the rules, but I think I've made it a lot easier to find what you're looking for. I broke it into 4 sections: crafting requirements, crafting options, completion, design considerations, and math. Sorry, five sections. The one thing that is sort of new is I really sort of wrote more detailed rules for how you can go out into the environment and find special materials that you might want to find, star metal in a cave or something to make yourself some armor out of, or how you can cultivate magic capital or goods capital or whatever from your fallen foes. So you kill a bunch of wraiths and you might get some magic capital, or you kill a bunch of dire lines and you might get some goods out of it or whatever. All of that is now detailed in this document. But again, everything you should need to know about crafting is linked from this primary document in the tracking sheet. So this is your place to start when you want to start doing, say, calligraphy. Read this, look at the special pricing, and so on. All right, I think I have probably talked about this document more than I even needed to. It's pretty straightforward, I hope. So I'm going to click over to the green tab, the crafting tab. And green means there is something for you to type in. More specifically on the sheet, you don't type in the red areas, or pink if you prefer to call them that. You type in the green areas. So for instance, so up here's where you'd put in your non-magical items. Here's your consumable items. Here's your permanent items. And then if you disenchant something, I used to call it de-arcanification. If you disenchant something, you can deal with it down here. So I'll just show you some examples. I'm going to just make some stuff up. Let's say we're making some alchemical doodad, and it costs, so we would type in the name of it here, and it costs 50 gold in the book. And I have 2 ranks in alchemy, and I'm crafting this myself. Remember, you can get your friends to craft stuff for you if you want to. But, this is Grim crafting this. Then I see that this is going to cost me 1 non-magical session point, 25 gold, which is half the price of the 50. And you'll notice up here at the top, it's got my current gold amounts and my current session point amounts. If you go back to your data summary, it's the same numbers that were here, which are a summary of everything that was in and out on your sheet. So all those numbers are carried over here, and they're modified in real time. If you weren't paying attention up here, let me go ahead and empty all this out real quickly. And you see that I had 3,000 gold and 6 non-magical session points. But as soon as I decided that I was going to make this 100 gold piece item, that now I have 2950 gold and 1 less non-magical session point. So it's telling you in real time what you have and what you've spent, so you don't ever want these numbers to go negative while you're out here. If I wanted to, let's say that I wanted to raise my +1 breastplate to a +2 breastplate, I would come down here to the permanent item crafting and say that I'm, upgrading breastplate to +2. All right, and I happen to know that a +1 costs 1,000 and a +2 costs 4,000, so the difference in that is 3,000. I'll say that I have 2 ranks and that my name is me. And so that's going to take 2 of my permanent session points. So you can see I'm down to 4 now, and 1,200 of my gold. Took a big chunk out of my gold. It also took 3 of my magic capital, which knocked me down to just 3 magic capital remaining. And if you can also use this as just a test to see what something's going to cost you, right? Let's say that I didn't have enough session points or magic or gold to do this, and these numbers went negative for some reason. Let's say that what I was making cost 30,000 gold instead of 3,000 gold. Well, you see that goes to negative numbers pretty quickly. I know that I can't do this, so I'm just going to come through here and delete these values out and come up with something else to spend my money on. All right, and then if you're gonna destroy something, the rules for how you disenchant things are written down, but basically you can put a number of items in a pile equal to however many enchanter ranks you have. So if you're rank 4 in enchanting, then you can put 4 items in a pile. I did change one rule. I used to say it had to be a permanent item to destroy it. Now I'll let you destroy anything. So you can destroy scrolls and potions and whatever you want to. Combine the retail prices of them. You want it to be at least 750 gold or you won't get anything out of it. Let's say that it adds up to 2,000 gold. I have 4 enchanter ranks, and you'll see that it tells me that I can do a maximum of 4 items because that matches my enchanter skill ranks, and that I'm going to get 2 magic capital out of this because 750 will go into 2,000 2 times with some leftover. All right, so and that has added 2 magic capital to my totals. You'll see that I've now jumped up to 8 magic capital where before I only had 6. And again, if you just want to test this stuff out, you're welcome to do that. You should list out what you're destroying over here so we have a record of it and that sort of thing. But now I'm back to 6 magic capital because I cleared all of this out. The last thing to know about this sheet is once you have made a decision and done something, let's say that I decided to craft a Cure Light Wounds potion, and let's see, I can go over here to this sheet and see that a level 1 potion costs 40 gold. So go back over here and say that this is a 40 gold piece item, and however many skill ranks you have, and put your name in, and you'll see this is going to cost you 1 of your session points and 16 of your gold. All right, and that's adjusted all of that up there. Once I say, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do, I need to add that to my character sheet in Hero Lab, and then check this box. It turns the whole line pink, which tells me, your DM, that it's time for me to add this item to Fantasy Grounds and lock this particular line down because you've decided that is something you want to spend your points on and something that you want added to your character sheet. So that is really it, guys. I don't think there's much more to know about crafting. Just make sure you don't go negative. Know that there are links to everything you need to know about crafting in here. Keep up with the special prices if they happen to become if those are the kind of things that you're making, and if you're not sure if something is okay to craft, then hit the link and go out there to the message boards and ask me. I really think that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.